So here we go then everybody, welcome to game day, and it's double header day. We're arrived at the Abbey for the first game of the afternoon as Town take on Cambridge United. Then we're heading down to Stevenage to take on Steve Evans' side. It's going to be a busy day, two different 11s playing in the two games, and it's raining, so I'm expected to get very wet indeed. Just had a courgette and mushroom omelette to set me up for the rest of the afternoon. But yes, bring it on. A lot of football to be played, fans in the away end. Let's bring it on. Let's go. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen. Good old Alex is here, my friend. Gonna be a busy day. Yep. Me and you going down Stevenage later, but team news has just dropped. Update me and update the fans.
Yeah, well the big news is Amari Hutchinson's come in, going straight into the team for the first game. We're not saving him for Stevenage, he's going to come straight in today. Looks like he's going to play on the right of Connor Chaplin. So I know that his versatility is a kind of a big strength for him. Yeah. But it looks like he's not going to be as the 10, he's going to go in on the right. Chaplin through the middle, and we're going to have Marcus Harness on the left. Freddie leading the line, looking for goal number 5 of pre-season. Behind him we've got Lee Evans captaining alongside. I believe it's Luongo for this one. I really should have got the team up before I started recording. Interesting one, we've got Carr at right back. We obviously know the right back dilemma is an interesting one for Town so far, with a number of injuries and Don Ball deciding he can play pretty much wherever he wants. Swiss Army knife, yes. As I said on the pod. And I really hope he carries that on. I really hope he picks up that nickname. That could be like a dressing room nickname for him, something like that. So, yeah, normal 4-2-3-1 shape. Interesting test today, I think. Two kind of similar level teams with Cambridge and Stevenage, but very different styles. We all know what Steve Evans is about, don't we?
And of course, we haven't got a good record yet, have we? We don't really win here. I know it's only a friendly, more minutes in the legs and all that. Phase 2 of pre-season. But yeah, it's going to be a busy day, my friend. What are you wanting to see in these two pre-season games today?
Building on the Preston game, more than anything, that was really important. They looked so much better, Dale, compared to the previous games. It's really important to make sure that they have that same kind of pace and energy about the way that they play. It's going to be difficult here because Cambridge one thing that they do is they make sure that the pitch is very tight. Yes. It's a very narrow pitch. When I was covering them a couple of seasons ago, and they got promoted to League One, one of the things that Mark Bonner set out to do with a lot of these kind of free-flowing teams is that we're going to make the pitch as tight as possible. So all these kind of, your Sunderlands who are used to playing in stadiums double the size of this, they'll have no chance of kind of pinging it about the way they want. So that will be a test for Town as well. They won't have too many of those in the Championship like this one, but it's about having different kinds of challenges more than anything.
Definitely, mate. And I want to get myself ready for pitch, so I want to get very wet. You're going to be nice snug open in the press box, but I'll be bringing you some pitch side view, some half-time updates, and then I'll chat back with Alex at full time as we rush back to the car. Head to Stevenage. See you in a bit, boys and girls. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, I found my spot for the game. This is my pitch side view, although I'm not pitch side, I'm actually in the stand undercover because it's raining and I don't fancy getting absolutely drenched. So this is my spot for the game, and I've just looked at Cambridge's team sheet, and Ghassan Hadmi starts for Town. The on-loan striker will take on his parent club Town. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Let's get right into it then. I'll bring you a half-time update. Let's get into some snaps. Let's go. Okay then, half-time update time. I just bumped into good old Peachy in the away, and it's 1-1 here at the Abbey. I've been undercover, so I'm not that wet, so I'm happy about that. Peachy, hello. Thoughts on the game? Leif Davis scoring an opening goal. Amari Hutchinson looking lively. Thoughts on him before we get on to Cambridge's goal and Cambridge's disallowed goal?
Yeah, Hutchinson, I really like him. He's direct, and he'll run at play. Like the cross for Davis' goal was good. Like Davis' shot, it sort of like hit the ground. It took like age to go in, but then we could have been 2 or 3 up, to be honest. Then Cambridge got back into it. They got a deflected goal. And then they had another goal, didn't they? That offside, but it didn't look offside to me. That's my opinion. But it's not a problem. We're playing well, and like some of our play in the first 20 minutes was brilliant. So hope more in the second half. Probably be changes, but yeah, Hutchinson impressing and Harness as well again.
Yes,
Marcus Harness. Some people wrote him off, but he's come back with point of proof. I'm very impressed. So fingers crossed for that second half. Hopefully end up with a win.
Well, let's see then. We'll catch up with some fans after the game if we can, because we've got to rush off to Stevenage. But good old Peachy joined me for half time. Let's see how we get on. Let's go. Okay, Peachy, full time, and we've lost 2-1. Cambridge scoring a late winner.
Yep.
Thoughts? Pre-season, but probably not the result we wanted.
Oh no, you don't lose any game, do you? No. Pre-season again, minutes in the legs. I sort of said first half, if we take them chance with 3-0 up, games near enough done, but you could tell the lads tired, the youngsters come on, and Cambridge exploited that, and that goal at the end, Michael Morrison could have had a cup of tea before he put it in there. Everyone was looking, I'll just put it in, we can't be bothered. But yeah, it's just it's pre-season. You don't want to lose, but we lost. Get over it. Move on. Some people complain. They always do. Only thing I will say is I think we got up our defending on set pieces. We were pretty.
So, to be fair, we've actually had a few sort of goals so far in pre-season.
Yeah, but that's what pre-season's for. Get them out of the way. And
get the mistakes out of the way. Yeah.
Fair play. I thought Gassan done well for Cambridge today. He didn't stop running. Good little mention for him. And Lancaster done well as well. But hopefully the lads can pick up at Stevenage and get heading down a win. But hey, what can you do? It's pre-season.
Definitely, man.
Enjoy Stevenage, mate.
Thank you, mate. I'm going to speak to good old Liam from Crewe up next. Let's go. Liam from Crewe, my friends. A defeat here in Cambridge. Thoughts on that one as I'm about to rush off to Stevenage.
McKenna's got 5 games, doesn't he, to keep his job after that? No. It's pre-season, isn't it? Players at the end looked a little bit dead on their feet. We had enough chances. First 20 minutes, we were well in control of that. Hutchison looked really lively. Second half didn't get into the game. But, I mean, it's just pre-season fuel for the legs going forward. And literally, they've scored from pretty much 2 of their only chances in the game, to be honest. So you can't really. It is a little bit of concern about the defending from set pieces because.
Of course, these teams are a very mixed match, aren't they? They're 2 different 11s.
Well, that's.
But we had Cambridge and Wolfen partner up today, so that could be the concern. If it was a concern, if it was a mixed match in defence, but they're 2 of our, in a way, senior centre halves at the moment, that is their position.
Well, that is the concern because I would imagine they are going to be the first choice going to Sunderland in a couple of weeks.
If we haven't signed,
anyone by then, and look, it is pre-season, so you kind of just put it onto the carpet, but. It's a bit like, well, if it keeps happening, it does get a bit of a concern, but there's no problems there. I mean, I thought we played some lovely football at times. Cambridge played it like they did the league game where they sat deep, playing for the draw from the beginning. Lucky deflected equaliser. Second goal was poorly defended. They had a few other chances, but so did we at the start of the second half. The keeper made a really good save from, I think it was Harness. But other than that, I mean, there's some decent football. And I said to Peachy, actually, as we were coming out the stand, if this wasn't a split game and we didn't have 2 teams playing today, we would have had the first choice full team at this game and we would have made changes and we would have brought on the likes of Broadhead or someone if we had them available. So we would have been stronger second half if we had that. But the kids obviously coming on, that's a little bit... They did great experience, but they're playing against men, so maybe a few of them are a little bit out-muscled at times. Couldn't really keep hold of the ball a little bit late on, and we got pressed back, and well, they didn't deserve a winner, but it's pre-season, so who cares? Roll on, Sunderland.
And Stevenage. I've got to go to Stevenage now, so see you there. Okay, we're now in the car, a stressful dash away from the Abbey. I'm here with good old Alex Jones, who is he's stressed a little bit, but he got his report in. He's now driving safely, do not worry. Alex, we won't get into the Cambridge game, we'll do that later, but quick just thoughts on it.
Wonderful start, loved the look of Amari Hutchinson. Ball went a little bit wrong after that. I thought slow, lethargic, sloppy, laborious, a bit meh.
Yeah, a bit meh. The weather is rain, as you can see, it's raining. But yeah, we're on to Stevenage, and the team news just dropped. So, very interesting team, of course. 2 different 11s. Broadhead up front, no George Hurst on the 11. Could be a substitute, we'll find out when we get there. Baggett and Emerson as the centre halves. Thoughts on that, Alex, as you drive safely, of course?
As I drive safely. Good to see Everton back. Obviously, he's had his issues, came back for that Felixstowe game. I think it was important to give him the run out there. He came straight into this one off the back of such a long injury, and then obviously having the little setback that he's had, it would have been really tough for him. So hopefully he can hit the ground running. Interesting to see him starting alongside Elton Bagger, who's still not found a loan club yet, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. Nathan Broadhead's probably the standout thing from that team, purely because he's the one who looks to be leading the line. It could be Caden Jackson, but based on the graphic put out, looks like it's going to be Nathan Broadhead, who's done the role before. Maybe McKenna sees him as that versatile winger who can play up front. This may be an area where Town could do with a little bit more depth, even if it is just someone who can kind of cover George Hurst and Freddie Ladapo, with George Hurst not in the starting lineup today. Looks like he might be on the bench. We'll find out when we see the team sheet at the Lamech Stadium.
Yes, well, let's get, and sorry about the shakiness. I was trying to keep it straight there. But let's get to Lamech Stadium. Alex said, let's do this. Okay then, we arrived at Stevenage. and it's absolutely pissing it down. Alex, good driving, my friend. How you feeling?
I'm very happy that I've been able to show off this raincoat
Yes.
I've brought with me for this trip, which Ross has decided to go with the shorts look instead.
Yeah, I've got shorts on. I've gone for it. I've gone rogue. But let's get into the ground. Let's see how we get on as we already know the team. Hopefully they can win this one. Let's go. And Phew, we're now in the ground here at Stevenage. And this is my spot for the first half. Let's see how Town do. Let's go. Okay, time for another half-time update. And it's 1-0 to the home side, Stevenage. And that first half was not good at all. Not a good game of football. Town had so much of the ball, but just didn't do anything with it. Yeah, a disappointing first half. Hopefully the second half is a bit better. Let's see what happens. Okay, full time here at Stevenage, and they've won 2-1. They went 2-0 up, and Town pulled a goal back via George Hurst with his second goal in 2 games since his return. I'm here with Bloomers, my friends.
Hello.
2 pre-season games, 2 defeats. You're here
In one day.
in one day. So not a great day at the office for Town. Of course, just pre-season, but thoughts on the game you've seen?
You won't be able to realise just how cold, wet and miserable it is looking at this, but I can assure you it's been a bit of a grim experience. I don't know how much you can put into results. If you're one that does put a lot into it, then you're going to be suicidal right now. If you're not, then I guess you're not really going to care much of what I have to say, but I'll try and get somewhere in the middle. There's another 90 minutes in the legs. It's quite interesting to see some players in our squad not seemingly comfortable with the way that we play or the way that McKenna clearly wants us to play. People like Baggett and Edmondson at the back certainly seem to not be as slick as our defenders seemed to be last season. And considering we're only playing a League One outfit, I know they're in League Two last season.
Conditions will affect that a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I mean, possibly. It's not a very easy pitch to play on. It's so slick out there, and Stevenage were hyper aggressive, very much in your face. And look, you're going to have to go up against teams this season that are going to be playing like that. They probably have done their homework on us and know that, you know, if we don't get the time on the ball, then it's harder to play that kind of style we want. But look, I think another 90 minutes. I'm not quite sure what McKenna's going to say. I'll be interested to see what he has to say. Aluka looked like he had a few good touches. Hurst took his goal well. It was an almighty scramble, but yeah, there's certainly little green shoots there. I think some players might not be getting near the first team straight away, but then again, I don't think there's going to be massive surprises on what we've seen.
Yeah. Once again, there were some mistakes at the back. 2 goals, deflection, their free kick. You actually called it, to be fair. Bloomers did call it. So it's fair play to that.
That's just a lifetime of pessimism when it comes to watching Ipswich.
Definitely. And behind the scenes for you guys, I've actually been sitting with Bloomers in this second half because once again it's been absolute horrible weather. We've mentioned probably multiple times in this game day video today. But yeah, it was nice just to have a little chinwag with Bloomers. But yeah, final thoughts as we end the double header. I'll be chatting with Alex before we leave game day. But yeah, final thoughts, my friend.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people, if you look on social media, say that they are looking for a centre-back or a defender to come into the club before the transfer window closes. That's an area where we could improve. Certainly, when you look at the 2 goals we conceded today, they've both come from mistakes at the back and a bit of general sloppiness. I mean, even Walton had a few sloppy moments himself. So did what we see sort of confirm that? Probably in a lot of people's eyes, yes. But again, it was such a difficult pitch to play on, difficult conditions. It might explain it somewhat, but look, that needs to get erased. That kind of sloppiness needs to be erased because we've got a Sunderland outfit in 2 weeks' time who are going to be at home, first game of the season in front of 40,000. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a real trial by fire. So let's hope, and I'm sure we will, but let's hope that there'll be a bit more of an improvement in that game compared to what we've seen this afternoon.
Okay then, game day is done. I found myself a drum. That rhymed, didn't mean that to rhyme. But there we go. We're done. Thanks for watching game day. See ya at Colchester as Town take on Premier League Luton Town.